Welcome back to Battleground. Some of Donald Trump's campaign pledges on things like auto emissions and a crackdown on illegal immigration could have a significant impact on Michigan's economy. And with Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer unable to run for re-election in 2026, the midterms in Michigan will be must-see politics. For more on this, I'm pleased to be joined one last time here on Battleground by Dave Dulio, professor of political science and the director of the Center for Civic Engagement at Oakland University. Dave, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Essie. Thanks for having me.
Sure. I want to start with the results out of Dearborn and what Donald Trump's win means for Arab American voters there and around Michigan. What's your biggest takeaway from that?
Well, I think, to start with, we have to recognize that for many of the Arab Americans in Dearborn Heights, and Hamtramck, it was not so much a pro-Trump vote, but really an anti-Biden-Harris administration vote. We heard that anecdotally, and I think that that is borne out in the numbers too. But I think looking forward, we have to recognize that folks that Donald Trump has already announced to be in his inner circle, in his cabinet, folks like Elise Stefanik, Marco Rubio, they are staunchly in support of Israel. So right. I don't know if the folks will have buyer's remorse in those communities, but I think that these folks will shake it up a bit.
Well, that's what I want to ask you about, because my sense of it was that it was a protest vote, just from the voters we were talking to. But if it was just a protest vote, what did they think they were getting in Donald Trump?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it was more of a, we just can't make ourselves pull the lever for the folks that have thus far, supported what they would call genocide in Gaza, et cetera, et cetera. So, I think it was a short-term change of heart for those voters than more than anything.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Now to the talk about mass deportations. Why is this such an important issue for people in Michigan, and what would it mean for the economy there?
The focus here is going to be on what does it mean next, and how do we, for instance, our agriculture industry, how do they deal with immigration and the changes that are certainly coming based on the comments that we've heard from folks like Tom Homan and others.
Right. We mentioned that Governor Gretchen Whitmer cannot run for another term in 2026, but you mentioned Pete Buttigieg as a name to watch for earlier. Do you think that that's a possibility?
Well, why not? I think he's a Michigan resident now. I mean, it is going to be a free-for-all in the Democratic primary for governor here. Starting maybe even early next year. But you've got Pete Buttigieg, you've got Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, Attorney General Dana Nessel, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, right? All big names that could potentially run for governor and make this just an incredibly interesting midterm year for sure.
Absolutely. Dave Dulio with Oakland University. It's been so great getting to work with you, and thanks for bringing us so much great information and insight about Michigan during this election.
It's been my pleasure, Essie. Thank you.
Sure. That's it for now. I'm Essie Cupp. See you next time here on Battleground.